Hello, welcome, Marlene here. Today I'm making some Easter cookies, but to switch it up, I'm using buttercream to decorate them. I was inspired to try something new after watching Haniela's holiday cookie video. You'll find the link to her tutorial in the description box so you can get her tips and tricks as well as her great cookie dough recipe. And since I don't usually decorate cookies with buttercream, it was a little tricky, so I tried two different ways. And now on to my little tutorial, I don't know if I can call it that, demonstration, trial and error. And here we go. Now I'm just going to add the icing on my bunny here with a piping bag. So I'm starting with the outline. Not a big fan. If I take my offset spatula here, can I smooth it out? There. I like that a bit better. Now I can drop a little black pearl on the floor there for the little eye, and I'm just putting some sprinkles here. I'm going to add a little dot of icing for the tail here, which I'm going to dunk into that. And there is, if you want, you can just add a little extra. I'm trying to see what I could add as a nose. There, a little confetti sprinkle, and there's my bunny. Here is my little bunny cookie with the buttercream added on with the frozen layer. So I'm going to show you what I did there. Here are my cookies. I want to try some different ways to decorate these using buttercream icing. And so all I'm doing is putting on a thin layer of icing, and I'm just using that template under just to give me an idea of how much icing I should be putting, like that. I need to make 3, so I'll do 4 just in case, like that. Now I'm adding some saran wrap to the top, and let's just move this. I'm going to add these rolling guides so that my buttercream stays a certain thickness. This is going to be fast, a quick roll on my bunnies, just like that. And now I'm just taking my cutter, the bunny cutter that I use to cut the cookies, and I'm just cutting the buttercream, pressing down the saran wrap, and got a lot of pleats in this one here. I'll go there, and I'm going to pop this in the freezer so that my buttercream sets up, and then we'll be able to pick it up and put it on the cookies. Here is the frozen bunny, and I can take my offset spatula and lift it off the parchment paper, and then just place that onto the cookie. And then with that saran wrap from before, we can actually just press it back onto the surface of the cookie. It thaws out very quickly since I rolled it quite thin. I didn't want a very thick layer of icing on my cookie. There. You get a nice beveled edge on the icing too. So let's lift that off. There we go, you see? And now I can place my little nose. Let's get this cookie sheet out of the way, and let's pull these other bunnies into frame. I need my piping tip, and I'm just going to add a little dot of icing right here for the tail, and then dunking that into the little sprinkles. And then the eye is just a little black pearl that I'm pressing in. And that's it. The cookie's done. Super easy. Let's compare them to the ones we did with a spatula. I had 3. I've eaten one of them. They were very good. So here's the comparison. This is the one that I did with rolling out the buttercream, and here is with a spatula. It's a little bit kind of more rustic looking. It's up to you how finicky you want to get. Find these are obviously more polished, but you know, this is fine too if you're having a family get together. And if you want, you can add that foot detail on these once they're done. Just like that. It's entirely up to you how many details you want to add. Like that. Here's that press and seal again, and now we're just going to add some kind of Easter lines that we would see on an Easter egg, like that. Now in the pink. There. And we're just going to pop this in the freezer so that they don't move when we add the other color. Now, my stripes have had time to chill. They're pretty much frozen, so now I can come in and put my white icing in between the cracks. There. Now, here is my parchment paper to coat that press and seal. Let's flip it over to see how it looks. So there's our egg design. Let's cut, let's see. So if I cut it like here, I have 3. Isn't that pretty? Pop this in the freezer. All right, my icing is firmed up. I can separate it from the parchment paper, just pop that onto the cookie, and then with the saran wrap I can press that onto the surface of the cookie, smooth out the edges, and there we have. Now there's a crack that appeared, but don't worry about that. Once the icing goes to room temperature, the cracks will disappear. Here are the completed cookies. Now this is buttercream. I wouldn't recommend stacking them at your house since they'll be coated with buttercream on the back and you'll damage the ones underneath. This was only for the photo. I did freeze them. I put parchment paper in between the layers when I froze them. They froze very well. Taste, they were very good. My children, my husband, and I all liked these. We don't eat all the cookies you see in the videos, but these were all gone. These weren't featured in the video, but I thought I'd share them. I thought they were pretty. These were actually done piped back and forth and then kind of smoothed over with the spatula. I like how they turned out for the hearts. Thanks so much for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts on my buttercream cookies. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you next time.